light rail, and other transit services every day to get to work, to get to the store, to get to the doctor's office, or to go to school. For them, public transit is an essential lifeline. Without public transportation, it would be a lot harder for people to keep their jobs and secure the necessities of life. This is the same for people in metropolitan areas across the country. If you have any doubts about that, just look at the difficulties New York City is facing right now after Hurricane Sandy disabled its subway system. An effective, reliable, and affordable public transportation system is essential for most modern cities. In recent years, we've even seen places like Los Angeles, the city of freeways, invest more in public transportation. Here in Allegheny County, the Port Authority's funding problems and service cutbacks have caused real suffering and hardship for our poor, our disabled, and our elderly neighbors who depend on transportation from the public. They deserve better. But they're not the only people in our community who benefit from public transportation and who are suffering from its cutbacks. Every one of us benefits from improved air quality that results from fewer people driving on our region's roads. The use of buses, trains, commuter rail, and other transit services also reduces our nation's dependence on expensive foreign oil. And last, but certainly not least, everyone, even the folks who commute back and forth to work in their cars, benefit from the reduced traffic congestion that results when a significant number of commuters take mass transit rather than cars. And that's especially true in a region like ours with so many traffic bottlenecks. Restoring service cuts at the Port Authority would do a lot to make life easier for thousands of people in Allegheny County. Expanding and improving our transit systems would benefit thousands more. Moreover, comprehensive and efficient public transit systems improve the region's quality of living and attract new businesses and skilled workers here. Our existing transit system has helped make Pittsburgh one of America's most livable cities, and that has helped drive our development as a center for knowledge center industries like medicine and high tech. Maintaining and improving our public transportation system is essential for keeping our reputation for a high quality of life and future economic growth. 14 million Americans use public transportation every day. Millions more would if they could. A majority of Americans want greater investment in public transportation, not less. And I want greater investment in it too. Throughout my service in Congress, I have worked diligently to protect and increase federal funding for public transportation programs, along with our roads and highways and bridges. We've also worked successfully to secure federal funding for important local projects to expand and improve Allegheny County's public transportation system. Unfortunately, today, in our current underfunded public transportation systems are under attack. Harrisburg isn't providing the Port Authority with the funding it needs to restore its former levels of service. Republicans in Washington, D.C. are proposing massive cuts in domestic spending programs like public transportation. And Governor Romney has expressed support for these cuts. Well, we're here to say that if you use public transportation, or if you care about public transportation, or if you think public transportation is a wise investment in our community and our nation's economy, then you ought to be a transit voter. Find out where your elected officials stand on public transportation funding. If they support public transit, you support them. But if they don't support it, let's replace them with someone who will. That's the only way we're going to preserve and improve mass transit here in Allegheny County and around the country. Remember, public transit programs benefit all of us. They increase mobility, they reduce air pollution, traffic congestion, and they drive economic growth. There's an important election coming up in a couple of days. Let's be sure to get out to vote, and before you go to the polls, be sure to find out how your elected officials feel about public transportation and vote to support transit programs. We'll all be better off here in our county and our country if we do that. Let's all get out and vote on Tuesday.